And this is the earliest picture I can find of me, the youngest picture. And what I like about this picture is that it's in front of the church. That we used to go there all the time. I remember this church. And in the background, you see a lot of old family members that when I was a kid, I used to, those faces and those people, my uncles, my aunts, um, great aunts, and the little kids actually. Um,
These are all your family?
yeah, there's all family members all in the background, and the kids that I'm with. That's my mom behind me, uh, and a couple of baby cousins, three cousins next to me. So it's very special because I can see. I remember that time, those kids and my uncles and my aunts. My dad managed to get my mom to the United States somehow, um, and so we stay by ourselves with family members over there. A lot of aunts, a lot of grandparents who are still alive. We were going back, and my sister and my brother going back and forth, different houses, and I I actually remember that I was really rebelling, like really, really bad, hitting people and just mad. I went crazy. Nobody can control me. So my aunt, one of my aunts, because my mom had nine sisters and one brother on my mom's side, she was well off in the capital of San Salvador, and meaning her husband, professional, I think it was a teacher or something like that. But they had money, and nobody can do anything about me locally there where I stay with my grandparents. So they decided to take me. Um, and he came over and talked to me, put me in a car, and I tried to make sense out of that, but I didn't think I had a choice. So they picked me up and took me to the good life. My life changed dramatically. And these pictures here, it's when I used to come back every Sunday to see my brother and sister, where they stayed. They stayed back living with my grandparents.
So they only took you?
They only took me because I was a mental case. The little ones, they were too little. They were fine. You know, my grandmother was really taking care of them. But I was out of control, and I think that I would have been a statistic over there and doing little kids selling and stuff. I mean, it's just I was heading down that path because nobody can control me. Anyways, these pictures every Sunday, my aunt used to bring us back to see. She would come every Sunday anyways to see her mom, her grandparents, and to spend the day there, and it was a beautiful time. And that's the only time that I would go back and see Yolan and Robert, my little brothers and sister. So that was that. Um, this is her house, my aunt's house in San Salvador. It's like you can tell in the background that it's better off, right? That's luxury back there in those times. That was a luxury home. That's me, and on the bike. If they had a bike, I didn't know anything about a bike. The only bike I had back home was we used to steal it from the mailman, a big black bike. So having been like that, this is considered a good life. It's everything changed. It's a family environment with my cousins. This one here, our first trip to San Francisco, the Golden Gate. That was a special trip, and see how skinny we were, and that's how poor we were. We, even though we were in the United States, still, we didn't have much. It was just
It was tough to eat.
tough. Um, yeah, because I quickly realized that my dad, even though he did a great thing by getting us over here, but he was always irresponsible. He drank a lot, very irresponsible, and so it was my mom would always make sure that we had, you know, chicken dinners and and hot dogs and all the cheap stuff because that's the only thing that we can afford. Now she had 4 kids, you know, to deal with, and God, did we eat? Did we eat? This this just shows my mom in the background working in a catering truck. She did that for about a year. Hard work, and as I got older, I used to go there and help her out. This picture here is I mentioned that with aunts and my aunts would take care of me. Um, she is one of the most special persons in my life. My aunt Tia Soila. She is probably the poorest family member that we have, and she's still alive actually. I try to help her out every month with some money because even back then, this is an old picture, and you can see that you know she's carrying I think that's flour on her head, and there was you know, that heart in this woman. She did not discriminate on anybody. Every little kid was she had the heart of my grandmother. I think my grandmother is already dead here, but um, there's always somebody special in your life that stands above anybody, and this is her in my life. Um, when I needed escape, when those times that I mentioned when I had trouble because my mom and dad had left, I would go run to her little brick house. That's what it was. Dirt floor, clean, but brick house. And we have some videos of that that you can actually see her in action in her house. But I would escape to her house and just be myself, and she'll just calm me down. I mean, it was very special. She was very special. Um, that's how poor she is, and she still lives in the same place
to this day.
to this day. My my love for that woman is it's like my mom. She was special to me, and she helped me when I was a little kid that I needed like a mother in a place of escape. That was it. She was very special and always be.